It's Thursday, 3 o'clock in the morning in New York. This is going to be my initial morning review. Over to the daily. So we're stuck in this range right now on the daily. My bias hasn't changed. We're still in decline on the daily. For me to switch to mark up, the prices have got to go above this height. So with this range, we've been stuck in it for quite some time now, I would say. Going all the way back to December 22nd, so the date today, 26th. Of January, we've been in this range over a month. So, yeah, 4 hour. Yesterday, price looked like it was heading towards the lows, but this markup's still intact. This 4 hour zone that we've got here was set back in December 22nd. So funny that. Price came down and touched. It was a second touch on the 4 hour zone and reacted to it accordingly. So freshness of that zone now is marked as weak. If it comes down again, it's gonna go there. But it looks like price is heading for these equal highs at least, and this area where I've marked out as sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So my eyes are in this area now. Price is currently at the highs. It's not going to leave these intact. I think almost certain it's going to go at least up to this zone marked here, which was set here, and that was on Friday 13th. So I think that was last week. So look, no, it's almost 2 weeks ago that was set. So yeah, so we're in markup. On the 1 hour yesterday, you can see here we had a break in structure as we hit the 4 hour zone. We created another break structure, so we're back into markup on the hour and the 4 hour at the moment. So we should be seeking bullish moves at the moment. I'll set that to markup. This is the freshest zone at the moment. We could possibly see price come down to here and respond to it, I would say. So let's put a marker on that as a potential. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this one. So put that there. So it's black. I'm going to set my template up for this, I think. Let's do it now while I'm here. Screw it. So 1 hour downwards. Style template save as 1 hour marker. Scenario. There's no reason why price couldn't come down to this level, I don't think. If we was to put a fib on that, go from this candle to here. It kind of is in the discount range, and also it's like a breaker, so it'd be almost be like a break and retest this here, this scenario. I'm going to put that on there actually. I'll set that as a call out. Break and retest. I'm going to mark that as yellow. I don't want that showing anywhere other than on the 1 hour right now. So that's the potential there. What could price do now? So we've got these. We've clearly got a zone here somewhere. I've already marked it out. Something is hitting around this area here on the hour. If I put another scenario on here, I think we could have something like this. What the hell happened there? Oh, I did that. So this could be the second scenario. We break through this 4 hour zone. And we retest on it. Kind of heading up to this area here, so it's in alignment with what we're seeing on the 4 hour. Let me adjust these things. Set them to 1 hour market maker panels. Make sure they disappeared. Yeah, cool. So that's nice and clean. They're the two scenarios really. My target at the moment is up here. If we do go all the way down, back down to this, then we're heading down. But these highs here, just I can't see them staying intact. On the 3-day high, yeah, so the 3-day high is still intact, and then the 3-day low is actually moving up. Yeah, do that. There we go. So 3-day low is all the way down here now. 3-day high. So we're currently at the highs. I think it's going to attack them highs and first and go up here. We do have news at when is it? 8:30. High impact news. Advanced GDP quarter on quarter. They're expecting negative news on that. Okay, so let's put a call out on that. No, don't get it on there. Closer I can get on the hour, it's obviously 8 o'clock. News. Yeah, so I think we have a bit of a funny day on that side. On the lower time frames, I'm just going to ignore the 30-minute for the moment. I need to work on the zones. There's too much going on in that. This was yesterday's trading. So this external range yesterday, can't we use this at the moment? Put all these over here. Let me take that fib off. So you could see this zone yesterday, how the freshness went, and it just broke through it. Got to this one, and freshness had gone on this as well, and just broke through it. We got to the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour, the zone was still fresh, so it's responded quite aggressively, and broke through this. So we can almost reset this now, this zone, and same for this one. We have to see how it responds to it first of all. Price just shot through this one as well, and we're up to this supply zone, so it's clearly going for these highs. And my target is on the 4 hour, it's up here. So we've got the 3-day high and the 3-day lows all the way down here. I think this is the scenario that's gonna play out. If price goes above here, then this invalidates everything I'm thinking right now, and we're likely to break the highs on the daily. So it's the final play really before we go above these highs. That's it for now. It's just gone 4:30 in the morning for New York. So earlier this morning, we marked out this area on the 15 minutes. This is kind of the range set over the Asian range. Asian session, sorry. 12 o'clock is just by here, and we get the break here. This is starting to look like the market protraction, so we can go ahead and put the reverse of that. I'm going to put it here and down. That becomes the sell side on the 15 minute. Mark up the buy side by that. Just bring that across one. Quite like that. It hit this supply zone. Now the highs to the left have been taken out, and we get this pin bar. So there's bearishness there. On the 5 minute, we have a break of structure here, and a small break and retest with a pin bar, and then we get this bearishness comes down, and it's hitting the breaker now here. So we should anticipate. Did I create one? For the 15 minute. No. Let's set up the. No, it's not that. Edit. Red. 15 minute negative breaker structure. Right. Oh, balls. 15 minute. Okay. Save. Yep. Oh man, I will get there. Save. Yep. So 15-minute break structure, that creates support and resistance zone. So if we bring that in around this area, we now have the support and resistance for the 15-minute. So somewhere here I've got a 15-minute support and resistance zone. That sets up the external control Z. Sets up the external range. The internal range will be down here. Now it's not quite broke yet, but on 5 minute you can see it's just bouncing off it. So what could happen? Well, we get a break and retest of the 15-minute. If we see that, might bounce off this range. So potentially we'll get one touch. We'll have to see what happens. Be looking for that to occur. It might take us down to. I'd have to have a look on the hour again. This break and retest on the scenario on the 1 hour potentially. So I'm going to bring that region down. I think that's the big 1 hour. So it's to this. It's to this here. This is the scenario to there, which is the break and retest of the 1 hour. Let's see what happens. I'm quite liking that. The other option is that we kind of reverse here and carry on up, as we got there, and a potential entry point on that. I just adjusted something. Put that there. Settings. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens. It's 6:30 in New York time. So looking at the 15 minute. Zoom in a bit. So this morning we had the break structure. This is the Asian range overnight. Sets up my external range and my internal range on here. The reverse of this I've still got to get to grips with, but we have the reverse of that break structure by here. So this would be external range and this is internal range right now, and that would form my my area where I'm looking for price to go to. So in theory it could come all the way down here on the 15 minute. This is something I need to document, because this is how I'm seeing price operate on the especially on the lower time frames, but it's fractal, and from the high time frames all the way down to the lower time frames. This seems to work for me. That's the that's the 15 minute. You can see how we broke structure here. It's closed below this this low by here, so that forms the fractal for me on one end. We have this. It creates the support and resistance zone for me here. So this is the support area, and as soon as it's broke, I know this area is the support and resistance zone, and I'm using this to build up all of these things that you see here. So on the higher time frames, it's the same principle, using different colors to form those zones.
So right now the dealer's range is marked out here from this high to this high, and I need to replicate that on each of the time frames as you're going down, because it just unfolds as you go down, and you know, the reverse going up. So top down, you can see the daily dealer's range right now. It's actually all the way down there, the dealer's range for the daily, because this is the last time structure broke all the way up to the highs that you see here. So we're currently, I'd say it's more like a distribution phase than a decline right now, but there's no guarantee that this will hold in terms of decline. For me to be bullish, I've got to be on the highs above these highs, so I'm kind of declaring that as a decline right now. Back to what I wanted to discuss. So there's the 15 minute. You can see these two markings here that I've placed. They're not really evident until you drop down to the 5 minute. And if we look at it from here, so I've marked out the same fractal, but this time on the 5 minute. So we have the break of structure just by here. You see the strength that's come into the market. So we've got strong downwards move by there. So that's a kind of a drop base drop, and we do have some supply that comes in just by here. I could mark that out on the 5 minute. I've got the 15 minute supply here. We get the drop. It doesn't really break until this candle, so there's another basing candle just by here. We've got supply come in, and it was two basing candles. They've got the pin bar. We've also got a bearish engulfing as well, but it's strength, price breaks, and we've got this really strong move. We hit the 15 minute break of structure, and this is where it actually broke. So currently it's look, it's just about to hit the 3 to 1. Looks like it did. So there's two opportunities to get in there. This was what I'd say more of a high risk, but the evidence was there. You could see it in the candles. Strong moves down, bearish basing candles, and then another strong move down. The 5 minute break of structure creates the support and resistance. So as the price breaks through, this becomes resistance, and there's our first touch. So that was a valid entry at that point. I probably could have got it much tighter, the stop, but I based it on the 15 minute supply zone. So I'm going to play with that, but it definitely was a really good entry. I'd say that was an A setup for me. Okay, it's coming up to 8:15. We have a high impact news event at 8:30, so we're going to see some volatility injected into price. Focusing on the 5 minute. Where's a 5 minute? Here's 5 minutes. So this morning we had these two set up. I've slightly adjusted the zone. I had it slightly higher up, but on looking at it, this is part of the zone, this wick, and then that brings in these candles that you see here. So we had a touch here, and I can bring that over so slightly, and then we have a second touch just by here, which means that this zone is weak. Freshness is gone. Touched here and then just flew through it. when I drop to, so I got this, we got this pin bar by here, and as it closed, if we placed an entry, it went all the way up again, so there was enough time to actually set a trade up. As price dropped, that's a 3-to-1 trade there. Now, on the 1 minute, I zoomed in earlier. I'll find it. So I'm on the 1 minute now. We have an evening star appear just by here. That's extremely bearish sign. So here's the zone, and as soon as I mark that up, you go down. It's 6-to-1 all the way down to this zone. This is a strong zone because we've only had one touch. It was created by this this here on the 15 minutes. So we only had one touch here. Zooming in, that's insane. How taking those fractals, just walking down through them, I found a 6-to-1 trade there. I don't know what the distance is on that. I'm still getting used to these. It's about 6 handles. I think that's right. 6 handles. Whoa, what happened then? Where did those go? That's bizarre. I don't know why I did that. It's about 6 handles. And there's well, it's almost 7-to-1, but 6-to-1 trade there. Absolutely nuts. Okay, it's just gone 4:15 in New York time. This is a final review for the day. Market's just about closed. We're looking at the higher time frame here, so the daily, as usual, hasn't really changed an awful lot at the moment. We're still waiting to see if price can, on the 4-hour, reach these equal highs and this imbalance by here, and reverse and make its way back down to the lows. So three-day lows just by here. The low here will be intact tomorrow. By tomorrow, in terms of this range I'm talking about, we have 2 touches down here on the 4-hour. This one, and it's made this freshness of this 4-hour zone weak. So right now we're heading towards the equal highs now. So it's playing out. I don't want to see price go above this high. If it goes above this high, then we're at the sidelines. On the 1 hour, you can see how nice this played out today. I set my markups anticipating what price is going to do. I didn't expect it to play out as nice as it did. You can see on the 4-hour we've had two touches now from this one and this one, and price has just exploded through it now. So we're heading towards these equal highs on the 4-hour. That's it for the midterm analysis. Both are in markup at the moment, so we're waiting for that indication, that reversal. On the lower time frame, I've tidied this up today, earlier on today, but I've left the fractal from this morning on the 15 minute. So we've got the overnight range which formed here. This is the Asian range, and we get a break structure on the 15 minute, which forms this zone just by here. As the day went on, we get into New York Open. We have a high test bar, pin bar, so it's a bullish pin bar, and price gets pushed up to the 4 hour. So at the 8:30 there was news today, but you can see by these pin bars here, there's a hell of a lot of manipulation at the top. Price responds really nicely to that 4 hour zone. This is the first touch at 9:30, and just drops like a lead balloon through the first zone and to the second zone underneath. So this zone you see here was created yesterday. Don't know what it's at. I think that looks like that's moved. That should be there, really. Yeah, it looks better. Don't know why I did that. So it got down to this zone. We get a touch here and here, and that means basically 2 touches means freshness of the zone is now weak. So still feels like it's being set up to go lower. 10 a.m. Sorry, we get another pin bar on the first touch down here. It's a bullish pin bar, and that kind of indicates our direction that we're going in. It does drop down a second time to this zone, but then you can see as the day goes on, it starts to climb again, and we get another break structure all the way up here. If we drop down to the 5 minute, you'll notice the markup for this fractal is in the same region as the one on the 15 minute. It's just a bit more zoomed in on a certain area. We look for the 5 minute break structure, which we got here, and I've color coded the zone on the 5 minute now in orange, just so it's a little bit clearer. But if I zoom out slightly, you'll see how sensitive this zone is throughout the day. We get to here, hits it, and it breaks through. We get 1 and 2 touches, and then just flies all the way through. We get a touch here, all the way up to the 4 hour zone, and that's when we get the first touch down here. This is just after 9:30 basically, and a lot of heavy volatility within this time frame. But you see how this area in particular, it creates a looks like a supply zone, and drops all the way down, and then as we come back up, we get a break structure just on that. So it's within the same zone that we set earlier on in the day, and then this is just coming into 12 o'clock. So price goes a little bit sideways at 12 o'clock midday, which is lunch hour, and we get this touch here of the zone. Now the 10 o'clock on the 15 minute has indicated our direction. We're all the way up here, higher, and we've had a 5 minute break structure. This is a break and retest on the 5 minute. So there was an opportunity to get in that for a buy, and as price closed, we get this bullish candle, bullish engulfing here. So that's a demand zone. The price comes back down to it, and we've got this one here. It also interacts with this zone. So it closes here. I would say that's a valid buy. If we place, let's do that. Place in the just below there, 3 to 1 is here, but we've got this high over here, so, and this high. We could have targeted that high just there, which is in the 4-hour zone, and that's ratio is 5.8 on that particular trade. And then we get this rally and a base candle here, and then a rally. Now again, I'll just draw it for argument's sake. I'll just put it on there. There's our basing candle, which is a demand zone. You can see how prices come down to it here and hit it. So the second buy of the afternoon was just by there. And we could place it just below the low, and taking it up to this high gives us 10 to 1 on that trade. So there's two decent opportunities there in the afternoon, and also the two trades I had in the morning, which were the reverse of that. There was plenty of opportunities to get in. It's just having those in the playbook.